I'm just like, God, why are you doing this to me? And then later I see now. We always want on our timing, but God's timings are always perfect. He always has a reason for what he does.
Welcome to Open Seat, the podcast where we create a space for authentic conversations about faith, unfiltered and unapologetic. Here, we believe that every story matters. Whether you're questioning, seeking, or steadfast in your beliefs, you'll find something relatable in these heartfelt discussions. So grab your seat, get comfortable, and let's dive into today's story here at Open Seat. Today in the Open Seat, we have Gabi Cabrera. Thank you for joining us.
Nice to be here, Katie.
So, Gabi, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My nickname's Gabi, by the way, but my real name's Francisco. I live here in Adrian, and I've been here at Holy Family basically my whole entire life, but just was not baptized here, sadly. But I'm 22 years old, and I went to Runaway Christian, and I'm currently going to college and working as well.
So, what are you studying in college?
Computer science. I just wanted a nice degree where there's a lot of jobs available. Competition's tough, but there's always going to be a lot of jobs nowadays, especially in computers.
So you've been at Holy Family for your whole life. So what do you love about Holy Family?
What I love really about this church is it feels just like a family. Every time I'm at church, everyone's saying, oh, hey, how you doing? Every time, just welcoming. I feel like if anyone wants to just come here, it's always welcoming, like coffee and donuts. Even I see it with my mom. There's a new family. She'll go, oh, hi, how are you? Whatever. And the coffee and donuts introducing herself. And it's just really welcoming. That's what I really love about this church. You don't feel like an outsider right away. You will just feel welcome.
Is there anything you would change about the church?
In my opinion, not much, but maybe an extra mass or two time on Sundays, like later in the day for people, especially for maybe like college students. I know at Siena sometimes they have mass, but I know we have another college here maybe because a lot of college students are usually busy with homework or work on the weekends. I lived in Arizona for a year, and the church I went to there, it was pretty big, so they had a lot of mass times. They had up until 5 p.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m. And it really helped me with my schedule.
So you went to LCS. Did you find that helped strengthen your faith with going to Mass?
Yes, I've really found that it challenged me and really opened up my perspective because everyone there comes from different denominations, even some non-believers, and you just really get to test your faith to see what, like, oh, this person believes this person doesn't believe this person does this at their church, this person doesn't do this at their church, and it just really opens your eyes how it's really different. A lot of people that come to church here, they really just have the Catholic perspective, but like going to school there just really opened my eyes. I got to see different people, hear different pastors from different churches, just hear what they have to say, and it's just really eye-opening to me.
So besides going to church on Sunday, how else do you live out your faith?
Well, of course, I do my morning and my night prayers every day, and then I really like to help out people, see if they're struggling. Like I'll say like, oh, how are you doing today? Never know what someone's going through, just like a warm hi or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like how Jesus always say hi, even to people that would look scary.
Yeah,
oh,
just acknowledging people, right?
Yep, just being a good person, not avoiding anybody. We're all come from the same.
Mm-hmm. So who has been instrumental in your faith?
My family has been very instrumental, but to me, like going to LCS and stuff, that's been very instrumental as well. I'd say like probably those two, like my older sister as well, just seeing how her life's been panning out, that's really helped me. But to me, tough situations that I've gone through, like I'd see where, oh, my family's there for me. And like my mom really helps to strengthen me, like, oh, you don't got to go away from the church, you got to go towards it. I really found when I was living alone in Arizona, I'm not being forced to go to church. I want to go to church. I know my mom forces us usually, but even when she's not here, oh, if I don't go to church, I just feel bad for today because I didn't get to learn, I didn't get to see anything. So I really feel like my mom really pushed us heavily on the Catholic religion and just going to church, and that just really helped me. A lot of people don't like being forced to do stuff, but really helped me get a routine, just like, oh, like I really can depend on God for a lot of things. It helps to give me peace.
So what kind of situations have you had to depend on God?
Well, when I was a kid, I had a little incident in a car. I got crashed doing bad stuff as a kid. I really put my family in a little bit of a problem, and my mom was and dad, they're not.
Well, you made a mistake, right?
Yeah, they're not having it. I'm just right away. I'm like, oh, they're gonna kill me. They hate me. But like, That's where I really saw, oh, even in the problems, they're still there for me. They're upset, of course, but they're not going to give up on me. Because of that, my mom took me to one of the masses for, they're blessing one of the priests, and it was at Ford Field.
Oh, was it the Solanus Casey thing?
Yep. So my mom took me there, and kind of forced, kind of not. But that's where I really felt like I connected with my mom, because like I really never hung out with my mom like that. I was more of a, oh, I'm always with my dad because of sports and stuff. But that was like one of the very first times I really got to be with my mom and really spend time with her and be on the bus next to her. She's like, oh, here, just pray the rosary, and I just prayed it by myself. And then getting to Ford Field, just seeing all the amount of people, all the believers, I'm just like, man, like the Lions play here and there's this many people just for church. It's incredible. That event, there's bad to it, but I feel like if that never happened, I never really built a connection with my mom, because there's not much you can bond over as much with my dad, because of course I'm with him all the time. He's always taking me to my games, but since then that's really felt like a connection more with my mom on the religious part, or on the having problems and just going to her more. I really felt more open to her after that.
Both of your parents must have deep faith.
Yeah.
What have you learned from them?
Well, my dad isn't here currently, but just seeing how they are with us, being separated and everything, not being together all the time, it's really tough. Even me being away in college, being away from both of them, it's very tough. Oh, I miss them. I don't know who I'm going to go see. I see my mom and some of my sisters, and I'm able to see my dad all the time. I don't know how you do it. It's really tough. Like having a lot of faith, knowing that maybe one day we are going to be together again, all of us, laughing, smiling again. This helps me just to keep going, just to have that day, hopefully one day. That's what my dad always says, like, I know I want to be with you guys so bad, but like I just know and have the faith that everything's going to be okay. We're all going to be together again. And he tells me just knowing you guys are okay, you guys are ahead, helps me to not feel pressure or anything. And my mom's the same way. She's just seeing you guys that are doing good, it helps them.
What advice would you have given your younger self?
My younger self, I really have no patience as much. As a kid growing up, I was very impatient. Just all my trials and everything. That's why I saw most of my faith tested and growing. Oh, God, doing this for a reason, obviously. I have 2 or 3 stories where I'm just like, God, why are you doing this to me? And then later I see now. We always want on our timing, but God's timings are always perfect. He always has a reason for what he does.
Can you give us an example? Are you okay giving us an example?
So I went to Buffalo Wild Wings one day, and I ran into my old superintendent. And he was like, oh, you should come eat with us. And I felt a little embarrassed drinking in front of him, and I was going to drink a little bit. And then he's like, oh, we caught up, and I didn't end up drinking, just had water. And then that same day, I ended up getting pulled over. And I'm just like, oh, like, that's the first thing I thought. I'm like, oh, it's not a coincidence that this happened. God's obviously has it planned out. And then also with my dad, when he went to Mexico, obviously I was angry, mad about it, but it was sad. But I'm just like, God, why are you doing this? And then later, God rest his soul, my uncle, he passed away. And my grandma, he was the only one that lived over there. My grandma was there. And my dad, if he wasn't there, it's just going to be my grandma and basically by herself. But God is really so powerful that he sees so far ahead than us. He has it all planned. He already knows what's going to happen. That's where I'm just like, man, we see so little. We just think, oh, tomorrow. God sees years, months, days ahead of us.
The bigger picture, right?
Yep.
And how we're all interconnected.
Yep.
So what I do affects you, and what you do affects me.
Yeah. Say I chose a certain college, I met the right people that are still in my life today. If I never would have done that, I never would have met them. I never would have changed some ideas and thoughts. It's amazing to me.
You played sports. How did faith play into your life in sports?
When I was younger, when I'd lose, I'd always be mad and cry a little bit. Like sometimes I still get mad, but I wouldn't be as mad because it always calmed me down before. They're like, oh, no matter what happens, God's in control. It's going to be okay. At the end of the day, it's just a game. Being respectful in the game, just helping a player up if I knock him down. If someone's not okay, help them up. Treating the refs with kindness and respect, of course.
Oh, not yelling at them?
Every now and then, and you say, oh, thank you, good job. Just acknowledging that they're trying at least. I know everyone doesn't want to be out there, but they got something to say, but they won't be out there. I really feel like just knowing he's there and in control of the game helped my feelings out more. I'm not going to go crazy because God already had it planned out. Maybe he'll make you win, he'll make you lose for a reason. When I started learning more and leaning on God towards that, it really just helped my emotional state after games, because I used to be a little crybaby when I was younger. But
well, and you won the state championship.
Yeah.
at LCS. Controlling your emotions, I'm sure, through that whole process.
Oh, yeah. I cried, but I always give God the glory and the thanks because at the end of the day, he planned it out, not me.
So what's your favorite verse in the Bible? Or a book?
Psalms. I can't remember the verse. It talks about more like how God is your rock, and through your problems, He'll still be there no matter what. I love the book of Psalms because David, he might be a king, but he had his great deal of problems. When I went through some incidents, I just always loved reading the book of Psalms. How, oh God, I know I've done wrong, but you always forgive me. You're always gonna be my rock. And like that verse talking about how in your problems you're gonna come more towards me, is just like really helps me. God's always gonna challenge you. Even if you're the highest of high king, you're always gonna have your problems.
Yeah, David wrote from all different emotional standpoints, but still gave praise to God, right? That's a great book to lean on, to understand in all times of life. Happy, sad, mad. I'm a visual person, so sometimes when I read stuff, I look at how would that person react. And a lot of times I see David shaking his fist at God. Because it's tough to see God sometimes in the struggles.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in those moments where, like, where are you? But then when you look back and can see it, God's handprint is all over it.
That's how I am. Just like, man, we just see the low beams, but God sees those high beams. He sees it all.
So what do you want people to understand about younger people in the church nowadays?
Well, I feel like younger people feel more tested to get involved with the church, just seeing how there's people bring up a lot of problems in the news or on social media that all people are just going to church just to go to church, not even for the faith anymore. People are doing this in the church, they're not good people. But I feel like as being younger in my 20s myself is one of the most challenging ages where you're always going to be tested because you're around social media, going to school, going to work, you're going to hear everyone's point of views. You're always going to be tested like, oh, why do you believe this? Oh, you shouldn't believe this, you shouldn't do this. I feel like that's where you just test yourself and be like, I know people got a lot to say, but like when people say negative stuff about my faith, I compare it to my faith. Oh, why do I believe this? How it helps me. I can always lean to God, knowing He's in control. He helps me. For younger people, I just like always challenge you. Think about what you believe and why do you believe it. Not just because what your parents told you, but like really start to think, why do you believe this and how it plays a role in your life.
And how could someone who's older help you with your faith?
I think for older people, it's very important because you live more life, you had more experiences, you hear more people's ideas and thoughts, and I just think like you shouldn't be forceful on the younger people because I feel that's what starts to push people away to be like, oh, I don't need this because you're forcing it on me. More like being open, oh, I heard this on church, you're wrong, you're right. I feel like as an adult, you should just be more cautious about how you word stuff, how you present the religion on the younger, because I feel like if you're presenting it more forceful, you're gonna scare more people. Just trying to be like my parent, forcing religion on me, and I feel like to the younger people, that's why they don't want to get involved in the church, because they feel it's always forced. It's not, oh, I believe this and I want to do it. It's like, oh, you're forcing me to do it.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us today, Gabi. You have shared a lot of wisdom with us, especially from a younger perspective, which is really nice to hear from the church. I just appreciate you coming on the open seat with us today.
No, thanks for having me.
Once again, we thank you for joining us today. We hope that wherever you find an open seat in your life, you will invite someone to join you.